Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on Scraplift Crafternoon. This is a weekly hop that I host here on my channel with my Scraplift Crafternoon tribe members. There are now 11 of us, and if we are all playing, our videos will be linked up in this week's playlist that I have in my description box below. And what we do with this hop is we contact a creator, ask them if they are willing to allow us to use one of their layouts to Scraplift, and once we get their permission, each member of the team will do their take on this Scraplift. Sometimes we Scraplift exactly what we see. Sometimes we all go rogue. Sometimes you get a half and half, and that's fun. Also, during the month of one of our tribe members' birthdays, we celebrate them by scraplifting them. And that's what we're going to be doing this week. We are scraplifting our wonderful tribe member, Rona. It is her birthday month, and we have this gorgeous layout that she created for the Pretty Little Studio design team. And I am going to be doing my take on it. We'll also be using Pretty Little Studio, but I'm going to be using Sunkissed. I think she used Sunshine on My Mind. I think that was the name of the collection. So I have pulled out 2 full sheets of pattern paper. I have pulled out the bonus cut aparts that were on the backing of one of the inserts. I have an 8x8 piece of pattern paper, some borders, tabs with some hearts in it, and then some more borders and tabs, plus my title and some phrases, and my photo. I have not pulled out my hexagon dies just yet, and I also have not pulled out any stitching. She stitched on her layout, and I love to stitch on my layouts. If you are not new here, you already know that about me, so I'm going to stitch on this layout as well. Do love the background that I chose. This is a beautiful collection. I believe it is still available on Pretty Little Studio's website if you go check it out. Anyway, I'm going to pause. I'm going to get started. I'm going to cut my hexagons and I'm going to stitch them, and then we'll get going on building this layout. I'll be right back. I want to apologize again for the background noise. I still don't have air conditioning in my home. It has not been repaired yet at the time of me doing this voiceover. I hope by the time this video goes live it has been. Not holding my breath. We're still waiting on parts for it. So what I said I was going to do, I ended up not doing off camera first. I did cut all the hexagons, as you can see. And I even cut a little tiny background hexagon I can't remember what. I think it's a lawn fawn set, but it's got like honeybees and the little honeycombs. And I just thought that would be a great addition to this layout. So I cut 2 of those from that 8x8 sheet of pattern paper. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to decide where to put my hexagons. 2 of the ones I cut moved on my die cut machine and cut incorrectly, and that's going to be okay because the cut off part is going to end up being hidden behind my photo. So, and I'm going to be doing that kind of intentional. So now I am gluing down these hexagons, and then I'll cut away and I'll do the stitching off camera, but I wanted you to see me actually build the layout. Note that my photo is a different orientation and size from Rona's photo on her layout. And so I did move my hexagons around so that they would fit and still be shown on there. That was pretty much done intentionally. So now that I have stitched those hexagons, I stitched in the inside of the hexagons where Rona stitched on the outside of the hexagons. That is just kind of a personal preference. Neither of us did anything wrong. It's just personal preference. What you saw me just do is use my brand new We Are Makers hole punch to cut a hole in the tag. I chose that very colorful rainbow stripe tag for this layout, and that is where my title is being anchored, just like it is on Rona's original layout. So I also brought in a bird. I've got a title piece that says captured, and then you've got 3 things underneath captured to check off boxes. I do have memories checked on here. I checked it with a Sharpie. I'm going to give you a sneaky peek. I'm going to cover it up with that rickrack border that you saw me just lay down. Little check boxes are just not my favorite thing on a layout, so I really was going to try to use it, and I just didn't like it, so I covered it. But you'll see that at the end. I have these labels that I cut from that bonus sheet that was a back from the paper collection. I have, I only think I have 2 sets of paper from the 12 by 12 sets in this collection, and this one came from 1. I'm going to pull a phrase off the phrase sticker sheet, and I'm going to put it on that tab that I stuck underneath my photo. I've got a couple of flowers that are going to go there on the edge, and I'm going to go ahead and layer up these little tiny hexagons that are actually from the center of that die that I put up there in that upper left and lower left. I saved those. I will probably put them in a Ziploc bag and stick them in with the collection because they're still very usable, and they're a nice size to make little accents, and I wanted to make sure I did that on here as well. I believe Rona had some on her layout. I'm going to be honest, as I was creating, I looked at her original layout several times, but when I'm recording, I don't go back and look again. So I'm pretty happy with the way that this looks. So let's talk about what I did. Off camera, I glued everything down, of course. I did use some foam adhesive to pop up those tiny hexagons. My phrase that I moved from over by the photo onto that top left-hand side of my layout. You can see where I used the rickrack border to cover up that checklist underneath the word captured. I popped up the flowers with some foam adhesive, and that is pretty much everything I did. Oh, and I also added a piece of pink and white twine to my tag top. I just tied a bow with it, and I used a little bit of foam adhesive underneath the bird as well. So that is all that I did on here. I tried to stay fairly true to Rona's original layout because it was stunning. I love her layout, and I wanted to do it justice and make sure that we set her birthday week, birthday month off to a great start. Happy birthday, Rona. We really love you on our team, and I hope that you have a great birthday. Eat a lot of cake. Make sure you eat a piece for me, since I'm allergic to gluten and can't have any, so I'd love for you to eat the cake. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. If you are new here, I would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. Just click that button down below. If you want YouTube to notify you when I upload new content, there's a bell that you can click down there too. I do try to upload 3 to 4 videos per week for the month of July. I have my 11-year-old granddaughter, and she is going to be my focus, while I will try to get as much content up as possible. I don't know that I'll get that 3 to 4 per week this month, but I'll give it a good try. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye.